Hello learners, welcome to Sure Question Academy. Please watch the videos, like and subscribe to the channel.
Hello. Welcome back to our physics session. We are going to tackle a very interesting question based on IV graphs. It might look a bit tricky at first glance, but I promise, once you know the secret, it's super easy. Let's read the question together. It says, study the IV graph for three resistors of resistances R1, R2, and R3 and select the correct statement. We have four options here. Option A suggests all three resistances are exactly equal. Option B says R1 is the largest, followed by R2, then R3. Option C claims R3 is the largest, then R2, and R1 is the smallest. And option D thinks R2 is the greatest. Take a moment. Which one do you think is right? Let's decode the graph to find out. To solve this, we just need to understand what the slope of this graph actually represents. Look closely at the graph on your screen. Notice carefully, current, I, is plotted on the y-axis and voltage, V, is on the x-axis. This is very important. Remember Ohm's law. V equals I times R. If we rearrange this, we get I divided by V is equal to 1 divided by R. Now, what is the slope of any graph? It's simply the y-axis value divided by the x-axis value. In our case, that's current I divided by voltage V. So, here is our golden rule. The slope of this specific IV graph is exactly equal to 1 by R, not R, but 1 by R. This tells us a beautiful secret: resistance is inversely proportional to the slope. Think of it like walking up a hill. The steeper the hill, or the higher the slope, the lower the resistance. And vice versa. Step 1. Let's compare the slopes of the three lines we see. Just by looking at the steepness, it's clear that the slope of R1 is the steepest, so it's greater than the slope of R2, which in turn is greater than the slope of R3. R3 is the flattest line. Step 2. Now let's figure out the actual resistance values. Because resistance is inversely proportional to the slope, a bigger slope means a smaller resistance. So, we completely reverse the order. R1 will be less than R2, which is less than R3. Let's rewrite this from the highest resistance to the lowest, so it matches our options. R3 is the greatest, so R3 is greater than R2, which is greater than R1. Now, let's look at our choices again. Which one matches this? Yes, it perfectly matches option C. So, option C is absolutely the correct answer. Let's mark it. Awesome job. The key takeaway here is to always check the axis first. If V is on the y-axis, the slope is R. If I is on the y-axis, the slope is 1 by R. Keep practicing and happy learning.